Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to share with you my top 5 favourite palettes of this year so far. Palettes are basically my favourite things to buy, so I have quite a few of them, so I thought it'd be fun to just narrow it down to my top 5 favourites. I do have a mixture of like colourful and neutral palettes that I'm going to be showing you, so like everyday wear, like kind of like what I'm wearing now, and also the colourful palettes, so like I do my Instagram looks on. Yeah, I thought it'd be quite a fun idea to share with you, like just to narrow it down, because I have so I don't know, I'm obsessed with palettes. So yeah, I thought it'd be really fun to share with you. They're all from sort of different brands, so it's not really targeting just like one specific brand or anything like that. So I thought that'd be really fun to jump into and share with you guys my thoughts on them. I will do some swatches just like of the formula, so you guys can see the different formulas in the palettes if there's like a variety, just to show the quality really and why I like it. And yeah, so okay, I'm gonna start with my really favourite affordable sort of everyday sort of palette first, and that is the California Love palette by Colorpop. So it looks like this, and I do use it quite a bit. So this is the main colour that I use in it. You can probably see like the dent, and also the red as well. This is what I got on my eyes today, you guys see. So I've got this and then this on like the outer V bit. So these are like really gorgeous everyday sort of colours, and when I saw this palette, because it came out in the summer, I think it did, like the start of summer, I was really excited about it because I really love the colours, and also there's like a few glitters and very nice shimmers dotted in there. So overall it's a really nice eye-catching sort of palette. When new palettes come out, I don't look at them as like, oh I like that colour. I look at them as like if I like the arrangement of the colours, if you know what I mean. Like I like how they're laid out, how it's presented, how pigmented they are, only if I really like the look of it. So it has to really catch my eye is basically what I'm saying. So I really like this one for every day. It's a really good, nice palette for every day. I'm going to do a few swatches so you guys can see. This one that I've got obviously on my eyes, you can't really see, as it's such a light neutral colour. It does come out more darker than that though, so if you're looking for something really, really light, this is probably not the palette for you because it does come out very orangey. I'll swatch it so you guys can see. Can you see it kind of comes out like orangey toned? So let me swatch that on the back of my hand. Yeah, you can kind of see, but when you build the pigment up on your eye, that's a really bad swatch. When you build the pigment up on your eye, it is like more orangey. So, and it has a few, like I think this is a pressed glitter. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it's just nice to have over your lids. It's a really nice pretty glitter, and then there, oh my god, their shimmers are everything. Let me show you. I put too much on, but it's okay. Look how gorgeous it is, and they're so buttery, and the formula is just amazing. So majority of Colourpop palettes that I've tried are like this, so I really like the shimmer formula because they're so pigmented. They're almost like a foiled pigment. I don't know if they're actually called that, but they are literally like a foiled pigment, and I'm just obsessed. So that is the first palette I would recommend highly. So this is like my everyday go-to at the minute. So yeah, really good neutral palette in my opinion. Now I'm going to go on to like a more arty sort of palette. So this is the Peewees Secrets Cinna palette, and oh my god, can you see how gorgeous the packaging is? It's got feathers in it. It's such a pretty palette. So gorgeous. So it's like a little jewellery box basically, but these are the shades. They're so pretty. They're all mattes, and it's very much like an artistry palette. Artistry palette. They're very pigmented. Obviously, as you can see, you have to kind of look hard. I have dipped into them, but you only need a very little bit of them. Like the pans are huge. Let me show you it compared to the Colourpop one. Can you see how much bigger they are, like the shades? So yeah, this is absolutely stunning. It's got a lovely range of colouring. The only thing I would change about it is it hasn't got a white or a black, so I would possibly add that. But apart from that, these are really pigmented. They're almost like a pressed pigment. I don't know if they actually are a pressed pigment. They are very pigmented for what they are basically. So when I use this, I literally dip the tiniest bit into it and then blend out, because honestly, oh my god, I've gone in before, I think it was on this pink shade here, and I put like how I usually would, just normal shadow on my eyes, and I could not blend it out. It was so crazy. Let me show you. So they're very vibrant. I'm just going to swatch a few colours. Yeah, they're just very pigmented. I'm awful at swatching, what the hell. This yellow though is so bomb. Why am I even bothering swatching? I can't swatch, guys. I'm really bad at swatching. I think I thought I got better by now, but I don't. Oh, another thing as well, this purple has stained my hand, but that's quite normal for very pigmented eyeshadows. so don't worry about that, I'm just informing you guys. So yeah, I love the design of this palette as well, like how it's like a jewellery box. So yeah, this is the design of it, and it has got some neutrals dotted in as well for people that don't like as much colour. It has got, you can do some very like neutral sort of looks with it, with the browns and everything, so you can tone it down if you don't want to use all the bright colours. So I like how it's got like, it sort of tailors to a range of people. So that is another one of my faves. That's for like neutrals and colour, I guess. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1 collection. I didn't get the lipsticks, I just got the palette. And this, oh my god, when it first came out I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. Let me show you the palette. And it's got like this massive mirror. But yeah, when it first came out I wasn't sure if I was going to get it because it did remind me very much of the Peewees one that you just saw, except that it's got like smaller pan size. So these are all the colours. So it's got a nice array of colours. I did initially think there was too many purples in it. Like, I know Norvina loves purples and that's what she's like about, and that's her favourite colour in that, but I did think there's like 6 purples in it. So I was like, oh, it's a bit much purple. I don't wear that much purple. I do like a look every now and then in purple. So I did think it was a lot, like, yeah. But I do like how it's not just like, it's a bit different from Peewees's because it has the shimmers in, and the shimmers are actually gorgeous. I did do a look with this already. I think I've done a couple of looks actually. It has like, this one is like a neon shade which is like really bright, and I loved it. I love working with it. The formulas are really nice as well. They're so soft. They don't feel like as, how to describe it, they don't feel as creamy as a normal like Anastasia formula, but they do feel really nice. They feel nice and smooth and soft. They're not the same formula as the Anastasia normal formula, so I'm just going to show you some shimmers because they're gorgeous. So here's the shimmers, and I'm going to show you a few mattes as well so you can just see. I don't know if these mattes are swatch friendly, but we're going to find out. Oh, it didn't swatch too bad. Wow. Okay, red. That one here was the neon shade. I think it's called E4. So these are some of the shades. They did swatch really nicely, especially that purple, because purples are really hard to formulate. So I'm really surprised they swatched so well. Actually, when I did try this on my lids the other day to do a look, it didn't actually stain, and I was really surprised because usually with formulas that are like this pigmented they stain, but it didn't stain, so I was like, oh my god. And I used that red. Oh, it hasn't stained. It's actually gone. So this formula is actually really nice. It's very different from the normal Anastasia. If you know Anastasia formula, you'll know this is slightly different. If you've got this palette, if you're looking to get it, it is a bit different, but the pigmentation is still there and they are very good quality shadows still. I've done a couple of looks with it now and I'm really liking it, so it's going to be one of my top 5. So it's really good if you do like colour. It's not really very neutral friendly, I've noticed. It's very much colour palette. There's a few browns, but you know, it's kind of hard to do a neutral look with that. But the packaging is gorgeous. I like how they've changed it up. And if you want a comparison, let me just grab a palette to compare. It is kind of like double the size of a normal ABH palette. So I really like it. I like how they've changed the design up a little bit as well, because I think that needed a refresh. Let me go in to a neutral palette again. So this is the Dose of Colours Desi X Katie palette, and it's called the Francation. This is what it looks like. So gorgeous. This is my newer version. I've actually got 2 because I went through these 2 shades like crazy. I'll show you guys. So as you can see, I panned the other palette. So I was like, do you know what? It's got like the best, like this gold right here. Oh my god, you need to try it. It is so good. I literally bought this palette because of that shade. But this is so good, and the packaging is really nice as well. It's like a little purse almost. So it's very luxurious feeling. So I don't know if they still sell this because it was, I think it was last year I got this, but it's really gorgeous, really pigmented, and the shades, they just feel lovely. They feel really creamy. So I'm going to show you the neutral shades first. So that was one of the colours that I bought it for. So it's very neutral. I'm just going to show you the colourful ones. And now I have noticed like just the colourful ones are all shimmers, which I'm not mad at because that's really nice to have like a pop of colour on your lid. And the blue, oh, when this was advertised I remember looking at it like I need it. Like I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of it. I'm just going to swatch all the shimmers because why not. So this is the blue. Oh, look at it, it's sickening. This is like a bluey green. That is the gold colour, and now that is the colour I bought it for. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm obsessed. I'm literally living for this colour because I used to put it over my lid every single day and I was just obsessed with it. So that is a gorgeous colour, and it is actually really nice if you want to try like pops of colour. You can make really nice neutral looks with it, I found. So run out of makeup remover, great. So that was the Desi Katie Francation palette. So it is a really nice neutral palette. If you're looking to try some colour, like just pops of it, then I would really recommend this palette. I obviously really like it as I've gone through one already. So yeah, I really recommend it for like you guys that are just like trying colour out for the first time. And for my last palette, I couldn't decide between two of them, which would be in my top 5, I guess. So I couldn't decide between Jawbreaker and the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette with Stacey Marie. So these are both colourful palettes. I've had this one for a bit longer than the Jeffree palette, and well, actually quite a bit longer actually than the Jeffree palette, but I've really gone through a lot of the shades. As you can see, I've been loving it. So this is one of my favourite palettes to use for like my colourful looks, because the colours are literally so vibrant. You can see on my Instagram, I'm not going to swatch because I've literally ran out of makeup remover, but you can see on my Instagram I've got such colourful looks with these palettes. And the Jeffree one, I think I've done a couple of looks with this as well. It's very nice for pastel colours. I did do a pastel look with this palette with, I think it was the blue, the pink and the purple if I remember rightly, but they are very, very gorgeous and quite pigmented palettes. I'm never disappointed with Jeffree's palette. He always has such a good formula and I just fall in love with them. Every time he releases a palette I'm like, oh my god, I need it. I do have the mini breaker as well, but I don't find like, I don't know, I don't reach for it as much as the Jawbreaker palette. I guess it's because it's already got most of the shades in, and the mini breaker is actually like more of a darker palette because I think if I remember rightly, it's got more purples in and darker sort of tones. So this is the one I kind of reach for because it has the light tones and you can do like a few basic looks with that as well. You don't have to do like bright colours because there are some neutrals in there, like the brown and the two nudes and stuff. So I do find myself reaching for this, like especially with the blues. Like I'm obsessed with the blues. Whenever I do a blue look, I love using this. I do have a few favourite colours in here, and also this palette is quite unique because not a lot of palettes do pastel colours like at all. So this is like the only palette I own, I think, that has pastel colours in it, which is why I love it so much. Whereas the Be Perfect Cosmetics one, I just love. I've got the extended version as well. That is really good. Like their new colours are sickening. I love the formula and I love the way it's laid out, and I also like the fact you've got two highlighters because I can use them for my inner corner. Yeah, I really like the shade range because you can do neutrals and you can do colour. So both palettes have a nice selection of nudes. They have a few nudes but they're mainly focused on colour, so they do have sort of the same theme. This one is more vibrant though. This one is very much like, this is, I'd say, like a pastel tone mint. That's the only pastel colour I have. So you can see like the Jeffree one is a bit more pastel. Let me compare them side by side. A little bit more pastel than that other shade, the mints. So they both have gorgeous shimmers. They have a variety of nude shades in, and they have the nice pops of colour. So they are kind of like rainbow palettes, but you can do a few neutral looks with them. So that's why I was so torn, because they're very different, but at the same time they also are quite similar, where they have a few nude looks and a lot of colourful looks and a good range of mattes and shimmers in. So I was a bit on the fence which one to choose. So let me know down below, which one would you choose, guys? Which one is your favourite? The only difference really is Jeffree's got more pastels in, like this one's got one pastel in and two highlighters in. So I didn't really know what to choose, and it was quite a hard decision because I love the palettes, both of them, and I use them both quite a bit. Probably this one a little bit more because I do more colourful bright looks rather than pastel, but I am going to try and change it up a bit and do some more pastel looks because I've been loving pastel recently. So that is it for today's video, guys. Please let me know down below which palette was your favourite, and if you have any more like top 5 favourite palettes that are not in this collection, I would love to hear what your favourites are. It was a really hard decision for me because I've got a load of palettes that I absolutely love, but they're just really similar, so it was quite hard, and I wanted to pick from like a range of brands as well, not just like one brand. So let me know what your favourite palettes are down below, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.